It's happening.
I just hope nobody that's the wrong person finds out about this.
For me, I can ignore the rules and I don't mind breaking the rules, and I can defend any position. Yeah, I was gonna use the vans too, so we could probably use that. Could we be using the vans?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of like we're gonna use that to give some of those immigrants rides to like the airport, to the bus station. Why not? You know?
Yeah.
I'm done being nice. I'm done being professional. You know, because nothing is professional. None of this is like that. There's a rule.
Yeah, like
you know.
Don't ever repeat this sounds bad, but like if we just say we're buying food for some event, like the Halloween events, because there's block walks coming up for Halloween.
Have you been able to go and like help out anymore with the other people?
I did yesterday. Tonight we get more, so it's I don't know how that's gonna go.
Tonight you get more.
There's more people coming.
More people coming? Oh wow.
Yeah. There's 200 more.
So Jody knows that like.
Well, she doesn't know that we use the prepaid card, but it's okay. She doesn't need to. Yeah, she doesn't need to.
If you caught in like some sort of like violation, that's like a $50,000 fine.
Damn.
Yeah. And like, oh, you got caught with this $50,000. You know, and if it happens more than once, it's a lot of money. You know.
I'll tell her and stuff. The thing is that, yeah, as long as we're not advertising it, spending it, I don't really know. Those are cat questions, but they said it was fine. So I mean,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I told you about it. Yeah. I have the messages to prove it. So yeah.
So you told like Jody or?
Yeah. I told Jody and I told my director.
Okay.
I know that we're using some of the campaign resources to help with the migrants, and like I just didn't want anyone to get in trouble with that. Like I didn't want them to ask me any questions about people using resources.
Brett too. Brett, I'm going to show you this. Don't worry. Don't worry. This is very.
Create distance between like me organizing rides and the campaign.
I'm turning my attention to the Lone Star State. Congressman Beto O'Rourke, a rising Democratic star.
The kind of bitterness and name-calling, partisanship that has unfortunately defined so much of the national conversation. You can add more to it, or you can stay focused on the future and why you did this in the first place. You know?
We're not allowed to organize rides, and it's a huge legal liability. So they wouldn't let us do that. Until I just went around it and recorded this other email.
But like, if they're documented, can you get a driver's license?
Yeah. I'm done being nice. I'm done being professional.
I'm James O'Keefe here in El Paso, Texas on the Mexico-United States border. Our latest investigation is on Beto O'Rourke, and this one is a blockbuster. These videos you're about to see appear to show Beto's campaign workers and staff, all the way up to his campaign manager, Jody Casey, knowingly using campaign resources and funds to help assist, subsidize illegal aliens entering the United States, some of them from the migrant caravan. Now, a lot of serious legal issues in this video. Section 1001 violations, FEC violations, a lot of serious questions that need to be answered. The voters of Texas are going to want those answers from Beto O'Rourke. Check this out.
It's
Happening. What's happening?
So there's that migrant caravan. A few of them got here already, and they're dropping them off really close to Missouri.
Who?
The Hondurans?
The Hondurans, yeah. It's this holy something church, but it's actually really close here to downtown.
Okay.
She said. So she's gonna text me the address. I'm gonna go get some food right now. There's some stuff that we can drop off because they need food and blankets. So anybody that has blankets and shit. We got permission to give them some of these waters, so we're gonna take some of these waters too.
Dominique Chacon is a field manager for the Beto O'Rourke Senate campaign in the campaign's headquarters in El Paso. He got the tip about the migrants and marshaled the campaign staff to act. Whether or not it was legal did not seem to concern him.
How did they get through?
I think they accepted them as asylum seekers, and so the way they do it is there's these certain organization and churches that they allow these migrants to stay in until they get a court date and their attorneys, and then electric court. So I think that's where we got word that they're sending him there. So I'm gonna go get some groceries and some blankets. Want to come with?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. You know anybody who wants to, or you want to spread out the word? Just be like, hey, we need blankets, we need food, and
I know who to ask.
apparently some of the kids are sick too, so they're trying to get some doctors and things to send.
Don't ever repeat this. Sounds bad, but like, if we just say we're buying food for our summer event, like the Halloween events, because there's block walks coming up for Halloween.
That's a horrible idea, but I didn't hear anything. Let's see. We can wait until tomorrow for that, but like we could definitely say like, hey, this is also about like, I don't know, it's like food, you know, like.
Well, because that's exactly the food we need. And I will just mark it as I do have over dozens of block walkers.
That's Anna Paula Thiemann, a field organizer for the O'Rourke campaign. Our attorney reviewed the video. Here is his professional assessment of Thiemann and the others lying about how campaign money would be spent. Quote, the material Project Veritas Action Fund captured shows campaign workers covering up the true nature of spending of campaign funds and intentionally misreporting them. This violates the FEC's rules against personal use and misreporting. It also violates Section 1001, making a false statement to the federal government. The FEC violations impose civil penalties, including fines of up to $10,000 or 200% of the funds involved. Violations of Section 1001 are criminal and include imprisonment of up to 5 years.
I would also think that they want like rice and beans or things that can sort of go a long way. I don't know if that can be like.
Well, for
Like maybe some like fruit and granola.
Those little fruit cups.
there's actually stores that mark it as just food. They don't mark any types. Albertsons, on the receipts, it marks it just based off of that. So you don't know what kind of food it is.
I think we can use those cards to buy some fruit and buy the granola bars.
Oh, yeah.
Like all that shit that can be totally massive. Like, oh no, we just have like a healthy breakfast and shit. Like milk for like.
You have any Beto stuff on you? Like wearing it?
My shirt.
Okay, that's fine. Just don't want any Beto stuff. Like I didn't.
No, and I've got a button. I'll take the button off.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they.
I mean, I've got a jacket on.
Yeah, they don't. I don't think they'll like associate right away.
Yeah.
You know, it's just. I don't want it to make it seem like all of us are from there. So
Right.
it's like. I just hope nobody that's the wrong person finds out about this.
Thiemann did the shopping with our journalist and then went to deliver the goods to the migrants.
Hello?
Hey Tom, I think we saw Jody.
Hey.
Was Jody there?
Yeah, she just left right now.
Yeah, I think they were.
I just left too.
Thiemann is talking about Jody Casey, the campaign manager for Beto O'Rourke. We wondered how much Jody Casey knew about what was going on.
So, we brought like one of the pallets of water down there.
Yeah, we've taken some more waters there.
Who authorizes that, Heather? Or
Huh?
who authorizes that, Heather or
Jody.
Jody.
Jody, yeah. I mean, Heather could, but it just went to Jody right away.
Yeah. What did Jody think about the whole thing?
She texted us afterwards. She was like, I'm so happy that we have a staff that, gets it and was there. I was so happy to see all y'all there and still working, still contributing. We have the best team ever. She thanked us for that, and I was like, well, thank you for letting us, use these resources, and just get this stuff done. But yeah, she was good about it.
So Jody knows that, like,
well, she doesn't know that we use the prepaid card, but it's okay.
She doesn't need to know.
Yeah, she doesn't need to.
Some things are better left unsaid.
Did you guys get a lot of stuff?
We had 2 full carts. They were full.
That's awesome.
It looked like do you remember there used to be that game show Supermarket Sweep where we're grabbing like all the cans of tuna.
That's hilarious.
Like tubs of Gatorade, and then we're like, okay, we can probably get away with baby wipes too, and say that it's just hot, people are sweating.
Needed it to clean their hands.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I was gonna use the vans too, so we could probably use that. Could we use the vans?
Yeah.
But like I was telling her, I was like,
it's just better if Jody.
Nobody needs to know.
Nobody needs to know. It certainly sounds like the plan is to use the various campaign resources to help the Honduran aliens and hope no one finds out.
Well, that's why it's like, being able to just ignore the rules. It's
Exactly. But it's also like, for me, I can ignore the rules and I don't mind breaking the rules, and I can defend any position I can defend.
I mean, like you said, you've already used the campaign
For what else? Yeah. We're already at that point.
Yeah. And, if you can use the vans to help transport people.
Yeah, I think we can do that for sure. Andrea was going to, but she said she's not 25. And I was like, just freaking use it. Just don't wreck it,
Just don't wreck it and don't say anything.
Yeah, we're gonna use the van. Yeah, so we're gonna make it happen. I'm done. I'm just running full speed now. Just getting it done.
Is there anything I know we're trying to put some layers of Is that?
I mean, as long as they don't get in an accident, which I really hope that they don't.
Because I was like, if they're undocumented, they.
Yeah. I know. It has to be 25 too. So there's only 2 of them that I think are 25 right now. All the other ones are 21, 19.
But if they're undocumented, can you get a driver's license?
Yeah.
Oh, you can get a driver's license too if they're undocumented? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much all you can do, Or at least if you're on the path to citizenship or something, sometimes they'll do that. But I'm not really too sure what the process is. But yeah, I'm thinking of we're gonna use that to give some of those immigrants rides to the airport, to the bus station. Why not?
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, we're gonna use some more of those cards to get more supplies too. So it's gonna work out. I'm done being nice. I'm done being professional. Because nothing is professional. None of this is that there's a rule.
Yeah,
We asked again whose money was being spent on the migrants.
I hope you're not using all your money to get all those medical supplies and shit.
Some of them. But I went to this Family Dollar and they actually had Wipes for $2 and they were 50% off. So I got a shit ton of those. And feminine hygiene products too that are individually packaged.
Okay.
And came out to 50 cents. I was like, oh especially when they're on the go, So I got them a few of those and yeah.
Just use the prepaid card for the rest? Or?
Yeah. For food and stuff like that, we can get that for sure, yeah. I'm going to use those.
Andrea Reyes is a field manager for the Beto O'Rourke Senate campaign.
I know Anna Paula was worried about helping with the stuff using the prepaid cards.
Yeah. No,
so
she'll be fine. We'll be fine. I already got approval from our directors.
You got approval from who?
Our directors.
Okay.
Our field directors for it. It shouldn't be an issue. The only thing is that we need to make sure that we spend it on food.
Right.
And nothing material really, nothing like clothes or anything like that. But food is fine.
Food is fine.
Yeah. And the reason for it is or the way that I planted it was that the more that we're able to help the centers, the more volunteers we'll be able to have here because our volunteers are leaving to help the centers. So
yeah.
They were yeah, that's
a good way. Well, and yeah, as long as they think that the food is for
pop-up offices too. That would work too. But yeah, even then so yesterday Bridget, which is one of our pop-up donors and stuff, her mom passed, and so I asked them if we could just send condolences flowers and stuff using the prepaids, and they were yeah, it's anything, we can use them on anything that boosts morale, essentially, and gets our job done. So, and just at this point, I'm just alright,
yeah.
I'm gonna buy stuff except for alcohol, obviously.
Except for what?
Alcohol, we can buy alcohol.
Yeah.
Or drugs, but yeah.
That's fair enough, no drugs.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think we'll ever spend it on stuff like that.
That's so cool though. Because like I know that she's worried about like how to fill it out on the forms, just so that you don't get in trouble with the FEC.
I'll tell her and stuff. The thing is that, yeah, as long as we're not advertising it, spending it, just like, I don't really know. Those are cat questions, but they said it was fine. So I mean, I'm like, okay. I told you about it. I have the messages to prove it. So. Yeah.
So you told like Jody or?
Yeah. I told Jody and I told my director.
When you listen to these O'Rourke campaign workers talk about the border and immigration, it becomes easier to understand why they are willing to break laws to achieve their aims.
This is like the point where they come across, you know? And we're like the largest city on the border, next to San Diego, you know?
Yeah, we should just like you said, borders, we should just not even...
Shouldn't even exist, you know?
This whole idea of like, you're a citizen, you're not a citizen.
Right? It is so absurd. No one is illegal on this planet.
So when you're using the prepaid cards, like what you just put it down as when you fill out the forms.
The prepaid?
Mm-hmm.
You just submit the receipts.
You just submit the receipts.
Yeah, you have to like take a picture of it, submit through a Google Doc and like what the expenses were and stuff, you know?
And then who, like, because that all has to go to the FEC, doesn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, all the prepaid cards you can call and like, see where they were spent and like see everything, you know? So I think that they want us to be the ones to submit the receipts just to make it easier. But yeah. And then justify like what these costs were used for, you know, as long as you're netting votes.
Yeah, exactly. Do you think Jody knows what's going on and just is kind of like...
I think she knows, and it's just like it's so hard to like, what can you do? You know, like what can we do in this situation? You know,
yeah, like
other than give supplies that we can, you know, and to support those that are doing that work. I don't know.
I mean, she has to know that like not all the food is going. She's here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, she needs to know any of that, you know.
Yeah.
For the prepaid cards.
I mean, she's not dumb. She. Like...
yeah. Like, oh.
A group of volunteers ate $200 worth of food yesterday.
Like, yeah, it's for a lot of people. They're talking about this. Yeah, I don't really care.
She, like I said, I think, you know, especially after you told me how she reacted when you told her about the kids and that she sent like her own kid's pediatrician, I think she knows.
I think she does too. I mean, I don't think she knows. I think she finds out, she won't be like, oh, okay, well, as long as we can get by with like sending somebody let them in, right?
When you guys submit that Google Doc, who does do all like the approving or whatever?
For payment and stuff?
Yeah.
There's not really an approval process. They've given us the sort of freedom, but it's like more of the accountability thing.
Okay, it's just like an
accountability. Yeah, so like, we can spend it on food and just like, come up with like a BS excuse as to why we needed to get this stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm. And that's good that like Jody's willing to kind of
help out with that, yeah, under the table, you know, sort of like do.
Well, and I mean, as like the field manager, like you would totally, like if an FL wanted to go and
volunteer,
get supplies or whatever.
Oh yeah, I don't know anything. But that's the thing too. Like I find like as a male, some of the best ways I can weaponize my privilege is to play dumb, honestly, because I feel like people expect that advice, you know?
Yeah. I feel like Jody's kind of doing like the same thing, like weaponizing her white woman
privilege. Yeah, exactly. But like with the cards, like
I think we can definitely use some more to get more money, but it's gotta be like just regular. You know, if we buy like $1,000 worth of like shit or right away, they're gonna be like, what the
That's what I mean. Like if each FO
goes and like buys like, you know, the little things here and there, the groceries, and maybe just like some first aid kits, you know, or like the guys that like, oh, just want safety, you know, it'll definitely
like
work.
the women are like, oh, let me get some feminine hygiene products for volunteers.
Exactly. Yeah, that's why like I've with my own money I've been focusing on buying like blankets and you know
stuff that you can't.
That I feel like would be hard to pass. Only because I know like if like the FEC regulations, you know, you have to spend the money to net votes and for the campaign, and if you caught in like some sort of like, you know, violation, that's like a $50,000 fine. Yeah. And like, oh, you got caught with this $50,000, you know, and it happens more than once, it's a lot of money, you know. So I don't know. It's like even with like the student fellows, like I feel like sometimes when we are going rogue and we have to do things under the carpet, it's better to sit down and have those individual conversations like this is what's gonna happen. Make sure it doesn't get out this way. If you're asked about it, you bought food for your pop-ups, you know? And if it ever escalates to like, oh, we know this is wrong, you're like, oh, you know what, talk to Dominic, he's the one who you know, whatever. But
And it's good that, like, you know, like I said, because there's no way, I felt like with how much supplies were brought in by everybody, there's no way that Jody couldn't.
Jody could what?
Couldn't have known.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
As the campaign learned of more immigrants, it seems the decision again was to illegally spend more campaign funds.
Have you been able to go and, like, help out anymore with the other people?
I did yesterday. Tonight we get more. So it's, I don't know how that's gonna go.
Tonight you get more.
There's more people coming.
More people coming? Oh, wow.
Yeah. There's 200 more.
Are you gonna go to the store again?
Yeah, well, I have 3 quote-unquote events tomorrow. And so I'm gonna prepare for that. We should get food, right?
Yeah. Get as much food as you can, even for the migrant communities.
Now, earlier this morning, our journalist actually followed up with Jody Casey, campaign manager for Beto O'Rourke, and asked her about this illegal use of campaign funds and money for the migrants. We think Jody's reaction is illuminating.
It just made me really concerned, like, you know, because I know that we're using some of the campaign resources to help with the migrants, and like I just didn't want anyone to get in trouble with that. Like I didn't want them to ask me any questions about people using resources.
Bread too. I'm going to show you this. Don't worry. This is very.
Now we want to be perfectly clear. Helping immigrants who are in this country legally is not a bad thing, and it is possible, it's possible, conceivable that some of the immigrants featured in this story were here legally. Charity is not a bad thing. We support charity at Project Veritas Action, but you cannot break the law to do it. And that is a different matter. We have serious Section 1001 violations here and potential FEC violations. And if it's true that some of these immigrants were here illegally in this country and the Beto O'Rourke campaign helped those people using campaign resources, then Beto O'Rourke must respond before Election Day on Tuesday. Reporting from the Mexican-American border in El Paso, Texas, this is James O'Keefe with Project Veritas Action.